I often visit Newport, Rhode Island, but about 10 years ago, I took this video in the fall, or early fall, and Newport is influenced because of the ocean, the plantings that is, uh, by the ocean spray. And so you get a different coloration that you would, say, inland. And it's most evident in the fall when the plants look a tawny, rusty contrast to what is happening in the summertime. And I, for one, really appreciate it. The maples come in earlier because of the influence of the salt air and the salt mist that comes from the ocean. Of course, the regular, here we see an azalea, definitely influenced with its orange color. But the variegated hygelia with its white color is about the same. This hydrangea will take on a more bronzy look as time goes on. Here we see, actually see some butterfly visiting a butterfly bush, how apropos. And sometimes it looks a little gray in September, but I like it for one. We see more yellow, stays a little longer than the orange, and sometimes because of the proximity to the ocean, the deciduous plants will, not prematurely, but lose their leaves rather early. And so it's nice to mix in, as they have here, evergreens with the deciduous plant. The dogwood, for one, the Florida dogwood that is, looks very statuesque, if you will, when it loses its leaves. Here we see some more hydrangea. And the color in the flower is deeper too because of the acidic soil. So you'll get more blues and purples than you will pink because the salt air and the salt mist has a tendency to make the soils in areas by the seashore more acidic. Here we see some roses, and of course if I were a rose grower in Newport, I'd add a lot of lime because they like a sweeter soil than some of the other plants. Here we see an oak leaf hydrangea with that coloring that I referred to earlier. We already see some leaves that are dropping here, and of course they're yellow. Because of the wind, they don't get an opportunity oftentimes to get the reds and the oranges. Or if they do, those colored leaves don't stay as long as they would further inland. You see some of the last roses of summer. It's almost brown or purplish brown on the dogwoods. There's possibly the last rose of summer on this particular property in Newport. But the evergreens are good contrasts to the deciduous material. Here we see some chamaecyparis, some arborvitaes, some yews on this large piece of property. Walls, of course, I always loved walls in New England. Those are Passifera plumosus. That golden color, it really shines in the fall. In the summer too, but I like it particularly in the fall. Makes for a good protection for other plants if you have evergreens that want to be buffeted from the wind. That's it from Newport. If you get a chance, go to Newport, Rhode Island, one of my favorite places to visit. And get down to the beaches as well. Nice place to visit, nice place to live.